At Ritual, we know what goes into a magical holiday season: the potluck planning, the gift giving, the spreadsheets. This new year, take a moment for yourself with simple, daily rituals that help you put your foundational health at the top of your to do list. Rituals Essential for Women 18 Plus Multivitamin is a clinically backed multivitamin featuring 9 high quality key essential ingredients to help you fill key nutrient gaps in your diet. Or maybe you're stressing your daily protein intake, or you want to double down on support for your gut microbiome. From plant-based essential protein to 3-in-1 pre, pro, and postbiotic strains with Symbiotic Plus, Ritual helps you focus on supporting your body after a long season of juggling everybody else. And for a limited time, do it with 30% off a 3-month supply at ritual.com/podcast. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Oh, sorry. That's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort. Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. I'm on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeovers here, we have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to watch the show, it's easy. Just go to Reaver.one and click on the SHR TV button. Or you can go to YouTube, search SHR Media, and while you're there, don't forget to hit the subscribe. Keep up with all the shows right here on SHR Media. And then you can also go to Facebook. It's right, Facebook Live. Simple, easy. All right. Come on. Still working out some bugs. Still working out a couple of bugs that... There we go. Maybe up a little bit over. How's that? And put that. Oh, shit. Did it again. Now I know what I did. I know what I did. I know what I did. All right, give me 1 second. Getting everything actually running pretty good, I think, computer-wise. And there we go. I got the new CPU installed, and it looks to be doing good. And then when I hit the push to live on the one screen, if I don't have it, no audio. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Oh, shnikes, I think I know what's up. Hold on 1 second. Let's see if that worked. I don't know. Did that work? It's hard to tell. Oh, boy. Let's see. Where am I at? That's the one thing I didn't test. Son of a gun. It's the one thing I did not test. All right, that's coming in there. So, all right. That's what I did. Let's see if that works. How about, yep, now we got sound. Now we should have sound. All right. Had to change some settings, and when I changed the cam, it for some reason changed my audio settings also at the same time. So that actually should be the last thing, and I think I got everything worked out on this. Holy. I think it's running good. Should be. YouTube's looking good. I think I need to check one more thing. Hold on 1 second. Maybe not. All right. I thought Crash was calling in. I don't know why he hung up. I had a pretty shitty start to the show. I know the sound's a little bit off because I think the sound on my cam needs to be turned off. I gotta figure out how to do that. And I forget how to do that. Camera. Video. All right. Dang it, I can't remember. Hopefully that changed it a little bit for the better. So, all right, we're gonna get on with the show. I don't know. All right. I think I got all the bugs worked out. I think I do. Why isn't this? All right, let's take two. Hold on. Are you there, Crash? The hell? I don't know what the heck. Something's weird going on. Every time I think I got everything worked out, something new's come up. Murphy's Law.
At Ritual, we know what goes into a magical holiday season. The potluck planning, the gift giving, the spreadsheets. This new year, take a moment for yourself with simple, daily rituals that help you put your foundational health at the top of your to-do list. Rituals Essential for Women 18 Plus Multivitamin is a clinically backed multivitamin featuring 9 high-quality key essential ingredients to help you fill key nutrient gaps in your diet. Or maybe you're stressing your daily protein intake, or you want to double down on support for your gut microbiome. From plant-based essential protein to 3-in-1 pre, pro, and postbiotic strains with Symbiotic Plus, Ritual helps you focus on supporting your body after a long season of juggling everybody else. And for a limited time, do it with 30% off a 3-month supply at ritual.com/podcast. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. At Ritual, we know what goes into the holiday season. The potluck planning, the gift giving, the spreadsheets. So this new year, take a moment for yourself with science-backed support that puts you first. So whether you're focusing on supporting foundational health with a clean vegan multivitamin or supporting your gut health with Symbiotic Plus, do it with 30% off your first month at ritual.com/podcast. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Being told it sounds good on that end. And why? There we go. It just doesn't sound right to me. And then I got Crash trying to call in, and he's hanging up. He's not getting through. So that's all weird. And my damn headset. Let's try it again. Crash, you there?
You reached Crash's Meat Hotline. Press 1 for Beaver.
Yemeni Crickets trying to get you has been a bitch. First you hung up on me, then I answered.
No, the phone disconnected. Then I called back, and it never rang, but then it said I was connected, but there was nothing there, and then it was disconnected. I was like, what the fuck? And then I tried calling back again, and it just disconnected. Okay, what the fuck's going on?
All right, I think we got it,
I don't know
though.
what the hell that was about.
I think we got it.
All right, well, I'm going to be doing my recycle stuff, and I got kids that are pissy right now, so if I jump off real quick, I'll just get back on. All right?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's the normal stuff, and you got a angry liberal wife.
Actually, right now she's in pretty good mood, so I'm going to try to keep her that way, meaning I'm probably not going to stay on all night.
That means you're going to try to get some.
I'm not already on. No. That ain't happening.
Uh-oh. All right.
She's in a good mood. Not stoned. Hold on.
Uh-oh. All right, we're going to go on with a couple things and wait for Ding Dong to get back, and when he gets back, we're going to give him the floor for a little bit. It's been a little while since he's been able to call in and bitch and moan about what he has to bitch and moan about, which is usually pretty good.
Yeah, I'll show you fucking Ding Dong, you fat bastard. Heard all that. Get my earpiece in.
Fat bastard. You fat bastard.
So what's going on tonight?
You got some stuff you said you wanted to rant about. I'm going to give you the floor and let you go.
Dude, I got so drunk last night, I can't remember what fucking day it is. Now, get started on something, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
What were you do? Whatever you were planning on doing, brother.
Dude, I just got the second computer back up and running. So I had some little issues when it first started off. So I had to take care of that. Damn it. All right. What is it? Democrat Senator Brown says the government has no business deporting immigrants who have been in the USA for years.
Okay. So does that mean if I am able to dodge an arrest warrant for 3 years, they have no business arresting me, charging me, putting me on a jury trial, and sentencing me to prison time? And then adding additional charges due to the fact that I was evading them?
I agree. And that's been my question all along.
Yeah, well, I find his lack of knowledge disturbing.
What are you, Yoda now?
You know, that's the one thing I've noticed. I was shopping for Star Wars toys with my kid. So, yeah.
It's ridiculous. I don't care how long you've been in here. If you're here illegally, bye-bye.
The fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter if you sold dope once, yesterday, or you sold dope 1,000 times over 10 years. The only difference in our legal system is the amount of charges that pile up against you. So why is it that, I mean, in all honesty, why is it that if you snuck in yesterday, you get the same penalty as if you snuck in 20 years ago? Oh, hey, guess what? The penalty is, here's a bunch of free shit.
Yeah, it's...
Try that in any other country. Try that in any other country. I dare you. It doesn't happen. There's a reason why they're all coming here.
Well, it's actually been down. Illegal immigration's been down big time over the last...
Did you hear what's going on in Canada?
Oh, yeah, I reported on that last week.
Did you?
Oh, that's been fucking funny as hell.
I saw that last week. I started hysterically laughing at work. Because I was like, okay, so they're leaving our country because they're afraid of getting deported, and the Canadian government is building additional campsites for them just over the border. Like, can you say
Quebec is spending $2.5 million a month on immigrants, on welfare?
Yeah, it makes zero sense.
Well, you go there, you get a lot of free money. You get a lot of free money from Canada.
Who does?
Oh, the citizens. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Oh.
I mean, and
Well, yeah, but where does that money? The thing is, everybody. Don't take this the wrong way, but everybody coins the phrase, free money, free money. It's never truly free because it has.
Well, yeah, I agree. It's just.
So the citizens are getting free money. The immigrants are getting free money. This person's getting it for free. That person's getting it for free. Okay, well, who the fuck is supplying the antibiotics for all these fucking STDs that you're handing out for free?
I know.
Seriously,
it's
somebody's paying for it.
I mean, I was talking to someone I know from Canada from a game, and she said she gets a stipend for her house payment, utility bill, and then for shopping also.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
No, the thing is, they do that here too. I found out that
she's not. She's a regular citizen of Canada.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this one, she's let's see. She's early 20s. She's got anxiety disorder. Is single but has a kid. Free car, free Obama phone. Because this is going back to the days when that was Obama's cabinet or presidency. Housing assistance, food stamps, free medical care. What else did she get? Got a cash allowance to do miscellaneous shopping. Every single standard bill was either 100% subsidized, so she didn't pay anything, or she got a credit thrown against it every single month. Her only medical condition, essentially, she was on disability.
At Ritual, we know what goes into a magical holiday season. The potluck planning, the gift giving, the spreadsheets. This new year, take a moment for yourself with simple, daily rituals that help you put your foundational health at the top of your to-do list. Ritual's Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin is a clinically backed multivitamin featuring 9 high-quality key essential ingredients to help you fill key nutrient gaps in your diet. Or maybe you're stressing your daily protein intake, or you want to double down on support for your gut microbiome. From plant-based essential protein to 3-in-1 pre, pro, and postbiotic strains with Symbiotic Plus, Ritual helps you focus on supporting your body after a long season of juggling everybody else. And for a limited time, do it with 30% off a 3-month supply at ritual.com/podcast. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. At Ritual, we know what goes into the holiday season. The potluck planning, the gift giving, the spreadsheets. So this new year, take a moment for yourself with science-backed support that puts you first. So whether you're focusing on supporting foundational health with a clean vegan multivitamin or supporting your gut health with Symbiotic Plus, do it with 30% off your first month at ritual.com/podcast. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Medical condition? She has anxiety. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That's your medical problem. You have anxiety? Okay.
That shit
Like,
pisses
it takes
me
everything
off.
I have not to actually truly make her disabled. I mean, don't take that the wrong way, but it's just kind of like, it's people like that screw the system for those that truly need it. People like my mom, who is, we're not even going to go down that road.
Well, we had our EMT mom.
Off air. No
Well,
offense.
we had our EMT mom, and you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And
I remember.
she was, when her husband left her, she was on welfare. Because she was a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids. And she went through school and everything. She got her LPN, and after that, she went on to become a nurse and got off of it. That's what they're supposed to do.
Well, it's meant to be a stopgap.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be a permanent solution.
Oh,
That's the thing.
It's fucking ridiculous is what it is. Oh, here's something for you. Senator Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has said over criticism from President Obama the failure to replace Obamacare, saying, "Welcome to the democratic process." So governing is challenging from time to time. A lot of people look at all that and find it frustrating, messy. Well, welcome to the democratic process. That is the way it is in our country, and it has been that way from the beginning. And the only reason people are so focused on it now is the 24-hour cable news and internet, which is a very big bullshit statement because it was never this bad before. They are fighting.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, everybody keeps touting the and I know, and I did fall trap to this too. But everybody keeps saying democratic process, democratic process, democratic process. This is a democracy. This is a democracy. Wasn't when we were founded, when the United States of America was founded, and Benjamin Franklin walked out, didn't he say we had a republic if we could keep it?
Yep. We don't have a democracy. We're not a
This was never
democracy.
meant to be. Our elected officials turned it into. They've been slowly converting a republic into a democracy. The problem is, the democracy is what's causing all these problems. When we were truly a republic 100 years ago.
Well, it's not even that. What's going on is we have a bunch of establishments, and the establishment is Republican and Democrat together, and they don't like that an outsider got elected president, so they're doing everything they can to stall his progress. They don't want him to be successful. And they're working hand in hand and doing everything they can to screw his presidency. And that's why our republic is not working, because he could have gotten those votes. He could have got those votes.
But in all honesty, our republic hasn't been working for a long time.
No.
I mean, in all reality, it really hasn't. I mean, just the simple fact that Obama pulled the "I've got a pen and a phone" and issued more executive orders than combined presidents in recent history shows that this hasn't been working, because there's no way all that shit should have gone through. That stuff should have been stoppable.
Well, also with
building. This isn't a new problem.
Tell me about it. McConnell could have gotten that repeal through, because all he had to do was threaten those senators that if they didn't vote to repeal, number one, they wouldn't get any help from the RNC on any campaigning, and second, they would be yanked off of their committees. And that's what Democrats do. That that's how leadership gets the votes and forces some of these people into votes. Or, okay, if you vote, you're going to get the leadership of this committee. There's bargaining behind closed doors. He didn't want to repeal. Mitch McConnell doesn't want to do anything. And what pisses me off is you had McCain, who campaigned and stole money from the American people. And what did he campaign on? Repeal Obamacare.
Yeah. So agreed.
We got to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be bitching some more about American politics. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media with special guest Crash and HB Pundit. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and we got a special guest. Douchebag Crash is with us. What's up, bud?
Blood pressure.
Oh, that's normal. Your blood pressure is going to go higher in a second.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Well, we're going to start off this conversation with, did you know that the mayor of Berkeley is part of, on Facebook and other things?
Here we go.
Are you chewing gum?
Trash bag.
The
Trash bag. Yeah, that didn't sound quite right.
the mayor of Berkeley is liking and is part of groups on Facebook for Antifa, any means.
Any means necessary.
Yeah, another one, BAM, which I forget what that one stands for.
No, that's BAM is by any means
okay.
necessary.
Duh.
It's BAMN.
I couldn't think of it off the top of my head. Thanks.
That's because you suck with acronyms.
Yeah.
You scored higher on the exams, just saying.
The mayor of Berkeley, and Berkeley's known as the epicenter of the free speech movement during the 60s.
In the 60s. Now they're going to be the death of it.
Well, he is now urging a university to cancel plans by a conservative group for a free speech week in September.
I'm not surprised.
Because Antifa is violent, so they can't speak at a function of free speech.
Yeah, because what's going to happen is what we saw this past weekend. You had people from the left and the right show up, all peacefully protesting. Antifa shows up with weapons and shields and everything else, looking for a fight. The cops were doing everything they could, but as soon as somebody broached that barrier, they were giving the order, stand down, let them through. And a bunch of people got their ass kicked, and for the first time in 2 years, even the liberal media reported, oh, fuck.
Oh, it gets better.
So now it's, oh, wow, there's going to be violence. We can't have this. Hey, guess what? There always was. You just didn't care when you always had the positive press. Now you're getting the negative press.
Nancy Pelosi condemned Antifa.
Oh, that's surprising.
Oh, no, she's been getting hammered in the press. A lot of them been getting hammered in the press because conservative groups, and I'll admit with one of my Facebook groups that I am for Hillsborough County Republican, there was the the discussion about the what?
I'm gonna call right back.
All right. One of the things that I brought up was to call your senators, call your House of Representatives, call them, and mandate that they condemn Antifa for their violence in a public forum. Keep calling them every day. Now, you don't scream, you don't cuss, you don't, threaten. You call up, I'm a citizen, I'm in your district, I want to know, do you condemn, and will you go out and go on camera and condemn them outright? Put them out there in the spotlight. Stop letting Antifa have this free reign. Because if these politicians keep going out there and condemning them, the media is not going to be able to cover up for them. And it's going to stop this violence sooner or later. Because you're going to start getting politicians, whether local mayors and everything, that are not going to want to cover up because they know they're going to get thrown under the bus real quick. Oh. So, and that's what I suggest. Sorry about that yawn I had there. I suggest that you call your local representatives and keep calling them. And again, be respectful, but keep going after them. Tell them that you want them to condemn these actions. There's no reason why we cannot have a free speech week at a university. There is no reason it should be canceled because of threats of violence from the left. And if there is going to get shut down, that we need to have it in the public that it is because of Antifa, because of the alt-left and their violence and anti-Constitution actions, their anti-American actions. Now, the mayor told the San Francisco Chronicle Monday he didn't want the University of California, Berkeley, being used as a punching bag in the wake of Antifa's members' attack on conservative demonstrators. How about this? You have your police force do their fucking job. Don't have them standing down. Have them do their job. Oh, these headsets are going to go out the window in a minute. I know nobody can see it, but I'm sitting here. They keep one side keeps kicking out. The right ear will stop, and it's the connector. So I got to spin it slightly, and crap. Wrong button. We can't have this. People are being silenced just because they don't like what they have to say. That is not how it works, people. That is not how things go. A conservative campus group called the Berkeley Patriot is set to host controversial author Milo during its scheduled Free Speech Week from September 24th through the 27th. The last time Milo came to the university, his event was canceled because of violence on the campus. What's up, Crash? You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry about that.
No problem. We know how it is.
Yeah, for those of you that are no, this was something very specific. For those of you that are unfamiliar with New Jersey's driving regulations, if you're under the age of 18, you have a Cinderella license, meaning you've got a curfew. You can only have so many people in the vehicle at a time, unless the parent, blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. Other than the fact that my daughter completely ditched out on her chores and any attitude, she spun out of here real quick, and I counted what appeared to be 4 heads in her little sedan, which is way more than the one she's legally allowed. After she gave me a ration of shit over the weekend because I asked her to drive her sister and somebody else up the street. But she's going to go 2 towns over. Oh, and that's after she told us what she's going to do. Didn't ask. No asking. No, this is what I will do. What she's getting ready to be told is this is what Dad will do. You're not paying for your cell phone. Turned off. You're not paying for your car insurance. Canceled. Oh, wait, the car's in my name. Do you know how to reinstall spark plugs? No, that's right. You never paid attention when I was working on a car. I hope you've got some decent shoes.
Get some retreads on those shoes.
Okay, she got all pissed off at me because I told her to that fall's coming. You know, we're getting close to winter, and she has to make sure that she tops off her blinker fluid. Her blinker light fluid has to be topped off before winter. I've actually come up with this thing that all maintenance on her car now, if it requires a fluid, it needs to be charged. If it's electrical, it needs fluid. And then I'm going to really fuck with her with lead-acid batteries that are both.
Well, did you see the Facebook thing where the mother sends the kid into like the Napa store or Advanced Auto and told the kid to ask him for blinker fluid? And she films it as the kid comes out covering his face all pissed off. The guy told me I was being messed with. There's no such thing.
See, the problem is the only one of my kids that would fall for that is my oldest, and her boyfriend ratted me out. So I flat out told him, I said, you're no longer welcome here. What did I do? I said, you stopped me from having my fun.
Oh.
He's like, okay, well, how can I fix it? Make a choice.
Make a choice.
20 gauge or 243 Winchester. You choose. Either way, I get to have fun.
Birdshot or rock salt?
And I didn't give him that choice.
I think I'll take the birdshot over the rock salt. Oh. Well,
you know, that's going to depend on range.
Yeah.
Honestly, that would depend on range. With me. Honestly, if I had to choose between between a single penetrating wound or a crapload of fucking pellets getting dug out from my subdural layer, I'd rather just take the one fucking channel wound. I mean, I'd rather get the 243. Because unless you've got really good fucking aim, I've got a pretty good survival rate. That's just me.
All right. Well, the mayor says that.
What's up, baby girl?
It's absolutely.
When I come in, I'll take a look at it.
It's absolutely a joke. But when asked during a interview if it was fair for a conservative group to cancel its event when recent violence was caused by left-wing actors, the mayor said his concerns has nothing to do with the content of the speech. If there was a far-left speaker that was coming to Berkeley who we knew would draw extremist groups to clash, I would express the same concerns, which is bullshit.
The Berkeley a-hole? No.
Well, the mayor saying, well, if it was a left-wing speaker and there was threats of violence, I would still have it shut down. No, he wouldn't. He'd be calling in more police to threaten.
No, if the left wants to speak, they're fully. No, but see, here's the thing: he's shutting it down.
No, well, he wants it shut down. He's asking for it to shut down, and the school official said, "Hang on." The school official said that UC Berkeley wasn't the one extending the invitation and doesn't have the right to interfere with or cancel invitations based on the perspective and beliefs of the speakers. So,
but see, here's the false narrative. This is the false narrative. He does not want conservative viewpoints being expressed. He wants those shut down by any means necessary.
Pretty much.
That's essentially the whole MO of anything Antifa. So here's the false narrative comes in. They're saying that, if there was going to be violence with a left-sided gathering, I would shut that down. The difference is when the left comes out for a rally, you don't have a bunch of right-wingers showing up with baseball bats and shields, bum-rushing the police and assaulting innocent civilians, burning things, destroying property. So the whole premise is they'll shut it down if there's a threat of violence. Well, when the left speaks, there isn't a threat of violence because we don't do that. We don't use fascist tactics. The anti-fascists use fascist tactics against the individuals who do not.
Well,
use
they
fascist
are
tactics,
fascists.
But that's where it's the false narrative. I mean, they're trying to make it look like it's all or nothing.
Well, pretty much anything the left does, they say the opposite, than what they're doing. They say they're for the minorities, and they screw the minorities over.
The whole freaking generation spent way too much time watching those two magicians in Vegas. The whole sleight of hand thing. We're going to say one thing while we do another. It's very impressive in a magician act. It's very entertaining for show.
Well, here's a question for you.
Not fun politics.
What would happen if there was a left-wing group and a left-wing black guy was talking to the crowd and a right-winger conservative snuck up behind him and punched him in his head and knocked him out? What would happen?
Oh, Christ. It'd be pile on the rabbit. The guy that did the sucker punch, everybody that piled on the rabbit, that would all be self-defense. The guy that did the sucker punching would be charged with a hate crime. Probably attempted murder. I mean, forget assault and battery. It'd probably be attempted murder. The guy'd be going away.
DOJ would be involved. It'd be federal.
And there'd be a whole. The NAACP would be involved. There'd be lawsuits. There'd be this, that, and the other thing. I mean, it could happen in California.
CNN interviews out the ass.
I'd be getting sued for my house in New Jersey because at one point in my family's history, somebody in my family didn't offer a drink of water to somebody in his family. That's some other fucked up bullshit narrative.
Now, what the fucked up thing is, it actually just happened the other way around, where a black guy got sucker punched by a white guy, and the black guy was a conservative, and the white guy, was a liberal at one of these Antifa groups.
And no hate crime.
No hate crime. He has been arrested and charged with assault. And I think he's gotten a couple other charges related to, riot violence and all that, but nothing hate crime. And even the guy that got sucker punched, is bitching. If this was the other way around.
Here's the question. Here's the question I would love to have answered. Okay, BLM has openly stated numerous times, not so much recently, but last year, that they're essentially the rebirth of. They are the reincarnation. They took their roots from the Black Panther Party. Okay, their heroes are the bitch that killed the state trooper in New Jersey, who is still living free in Cuba. Thank you very much, Barack Obama. I would love it if Trump could fix that. The problem is I know it can't be fixed at this point because. But in any case, I'm sorry. If you are nothing more, if your organization is nothing more than a renaming of an organization that was already labeled a terroristic organization, a domestic terrorist organization, that by carryover in definition, you are a domestic terrorist organization. You assault somebody, That is an act of terrorism on top of everything else. I'm sorry. I thought we were in a war on terror. I thought Obama put an end to the war on terror. You know what? Charge them as fucking terrorists. Send their asses to Gitmo. And, hey, guess what? Maybe they'll fucking learn a thing or two. You know what? Let the Marines have at them while they're stomping on flags. And
well, you know what? Let's go
flags,
back to the
burning
60s. Let's go back to the 60s. When these guys get in trouble, now you have a choice. You can go to jail or you can join the military.
Oh, I would love it if they did that again. Send them all to fucking North Korea.
Listen, we got to hit a break.
Beautiful.
We got to hit a break, and we'll come right back. And I got another one I think you'll like. That this one comes from Salon. But you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with special guest Crash right here on SHR and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back.
I've actually got something I want to touch on.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense with your host, Jersey Joe, trying to make sense out of senseless with a special guest, Crash. Don't forget, coming up at 11 o'clock, that's 8 o'clock on the left coast, it will be the Sackheads radio show, hosted by Sackhead Clint, Sackhead Sean, and BZ. What was that?
I said Pacific Coast. I was trying to help you out.
Oh. Well, my daughter went to tell my wife the other day that she needed to be specific, and she said she needs to be Pacific. So I looked at her, I said, your mother needs to be an ocean? And she looked at me like, what?
Oh, man, if your wife was overweight, that would have gone all types of
I know.
real fast. Just saying.
Oh, but she's like, what? I was like, hey, hon, she wants you to be an ocean. Shut up. Dad. So real quick, before you get on your topic, my daughter comes home today, and this year she has gym. And she has to change. So
in front of Jim?
What?
I'd be having issues with that as a father.
What?
If she has to change with Jim?
No.
If she has to change with Jim, I don't care what Jim identifies.
I'm sorry, PE.
That's a problem.
Yeah, but she comes home with her gym shorts on under her jean shorts. Guess why?
Jim identified as a girl? No.
No, she's just embarrassed to change. All the girls. No, I can't go in the bathroom to change. It's like,
well, you know what the thing was? The thing is, and all, I mean, just tell your daughter this. Just tell her that, you know, her uncle, he was very embarrassed to change in front of the other guys until he just figured out a trick that helped. He installed a spring-loaded magnifying glass, and when you opened up his locker, it placed it right in front of him, so he looked like the biggest guy in the locker room. Just saying. Got me over.
But it was just funny. It just the second time she came home, and I was like, all right, enough. Because she was like, oh, I forgot to change. I was like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Oh, I know. You're embarrassed, weren't you? Yeah. It's normal. It's the first time that she's had to go in a gym room. Yeah, I had that issue, too. I had trouble with that.
Everybody did.
Yeah.
Everybody did. I mean, anybody that says that they didn't, I mean, honestly, I'm more likely to tell you that you're lying than anything else. Because, I mean, whether that issue lasted for months or it lasted for 5 minutes, everybody had that issue of embarrassment. Everybody has it. And that's all there is to it. I mean, it's just the difference is how long does it last and how do you deal with it, cope with it, and get over it. That's all it comes down to. And to anybody that wants to make fun of you, well, talk to your dad. He knows a few maneuvers that'll put them in their place.
Well, that's the thing. We told her, anybody says anything, then you come talk to us. We'll talk to the school, and the school will make sure that it's stopped. So.
What are you living in a liberal state? You're going to talk to the school? Yeah.
All right, you have a subject you want to talk about.
Actually, I got two things now because you decided that you had to do a whole promotional thing for Sackhead show. Right?
I always do every Wednesday. I got to be a good dog.
Now, do our listeners even know where they're broadcast from?
Yeah, they know it's coming from the commie state of California, behind enemy lines.
Well, then you know what? I feel that it's my responsibility, okay, as a conservative, to just advise all of our listeners that radio show contains only 50% of the decent things to come out of the state of California. My father and myself are the other 50%.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
I was about to say, I thought you were going to go somewhere negative. I was going to be like, but wait a minute. You're in New Jersey.
No.
You're in New Jersey, which isn't that far behind. I mean, it's kind of like California does something stupid, and New Jersey's like, hold my beer. I could do better.
No, literally, that's the problem. They really are. We're the redneck version of California.
Yeah.
I mean, we really are. I don't get it. I mean, really, we're trying to outdo California and New York. New York is trying to follow in California's footsteps, and we're trying to prove that we can be stupider than both combined.
Yeah. And what's scary is you got a Republican governor, supposed Republican governor.
No. We have a fucking rhino, okay?
Oh, I heard he was sending his beach chair to help and his towel down to Texas to try to help close some bridges down.
I was just going to say that. I was just getting ready to fucking say that before you cut me off. I told my wife that last night, who's liberal. I was like, you know what? I haven't agreed with much that he's done, but he is willing to lend a hand, in the current crisis. She's like, oh crap, what the hell is he doing now? He's grabbing his beach gear. He's close enough to the beach, and he heard they got some bridges that need to be shut down. She just started laughing because you're such a fucking asshole. It's like, yeah, pretty much.
What's funny is Minnow posted something similar.
Actually, I might have stolen it from Minnow, in all honesty.
Probably. All right, go with your topic.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He is like the...
He's our guru.
Going back to the Star Wars thing, that man's like Yoda.
Yeah, he's Yoda, and yeah, he's the master.
Anyway, okay. So, there's been a lot of protests going on lately, and obviously, all across the nation. And I know I'm sure I haven't been on the show, but you've been focusing, I'm sure, and talking about the Confederacy and the statues and this, that, and the other thing. Well, I want to bring back an oldie but a goodie because he's back in the limelight. Mr. Colin Kaepernick.
Hold up, because there's actually something I've been wanting to ask you. I'm sorry. There's something you're going to like this. You might like this.
Go ahead.
I need to know New Jersey law on knives.
On what?
On knives.
On knives?
Yes.
Like a knife?
Yes, a knife.
You got to be more specific on that than that.
Folding knife, curved blade, and the ones that have the big circle on the end that you put your pinky in and you can spin it to change it around? You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, like Spyder Co. They make one like that.
All right. Are they legal in New Jersey?
It's what?
Are they legal in New Jersey, or do you need some kind of funky permit?
No.
Okay.
It's nothing. It's the same as having a thumb screw. Instead of a thumb screw, there's a thumb hole. It's just that's the only difference between the two.
Well, I got an extra spring assist one of those. It's not top quality.
Now, spring assist gets into a gray area.
But it's not.
It's not listed. Spring assist is not listed. It's not listed. Okay, like switchblade is listed.
Right.
Gravity knife is listed. A spring, I think it's spring fired or something like that.
Yeah, it's the firing.
It's the fact that you're firing the knife blade out and it leaves
no.
the handle. But see, now that's why I say it gets into a gray area because really there's a fine. I mean, the difference between the illegal and the legal is the fact that this is all the things that make those other versions illegal. This one doesn't do. It just combines all these features that make it legal.
Well,
the problem is, depending on where you live, then depends on how the cops are going to look at it. I mean, we had a guy that got arrested just a few years ago for carrying a Leatherman on his.
Yeah, you're always going to have those cops. Do you want one or not?
Huh?
Do you want one or not?
Oh God, yeah.
All right, I'll send it to you. Send it to your house this week.
Yeah,
now, it's not one of your top Crenshaw, not Crenshaw, Gerber or any of those. It's a little bit cheaper. It's going to need a sharpening on it, but I got to. Huh?
I'll take it.
I got a spare one when I ordered one just to have, for fuck around. And I was like, shit, maybe I'll send it to Dean, but I didn't want to get you in trouble. Now, also, I know how your wife gets sometimes, so.
No, that won't get me in trouble. I've been needing a new pocket carry piece.
I don't know if you want to use this as a pocket.
But
I don't know if you want to use this as a pocket.
What's the blade length?
I think it's a 5-inch. This is something for around your house.
Tool bag.
Yeah.
It's a tool. It goes in my tool bag.
I was just thinking of you, and I've been meaning to ask, and I didn't want to send it if it was illegal. Now that we're talking sending weapons over the air.
But the thing is, we're doing it correctly. I mean, you know what? You wanted to send me something. You wanted to make sure it's legal. No, based on the current laws, that is legal in the communist state of Jersey.
And then you're going to get a good laugh out of this. You know, I have a bunch of knives that have been laying around. I finally ordered some sharpening kits, and I've been sharpening. You ought to see my finger. I've gotten my one finger multiple times now.
You did what?
I've cut my finger multiple times, kind of like sharpening. And it's actually the same piece. I've gotten it twice. I got one of those little, like, daggers that has the ring finger on it. It's like a push. You wear it as, like, a necklace. And I was sharpening that, and my thing slipped off, and my finger just touched it, and it cut. I was like, ooh, that's sharp.
Yeah. First of all, two things. First of all, you're a fucking amateur if you're cutting your finger while you're sharpening a fucking knife.
I'm watching TV as I do it.
Second of all, if you're doing a lot of sharpening, I don't know if my dad would kill me for this or not, because he showed me how to do it, like, you know, using the whetstone and using all the, you know, the traditional. I mean, that's.
I got the whetstones. I got the leather strap.
I have all that, and I use it for certain things. But if I'm doing, it all depends on what I'm doing. But honestly, my go-to kit, and I keep adding on to it. I mean, actually, I've got like a small 30 cal ammo can that actually is my sharpening kit. Now, I actually like the Lansky's stone and clamp, because it's got you.
I'm going something better.
It's got all the different stones. It's got the clamp with the different angles on it.
Nope.
I mean, it's not the best on the market, but when you're looking at
no, I'm going to Harbor Freight, $50.
I spent less than $50 for one.
What is it? A 1-inch by 30 belt sander, and then you get the belt. I
don't like using anything. No, I don't like using anything.
That's what the professionals use.
I know. When I was living in Florida, I did that for when I had a garage. Actually, I actually had one for sharpening. I did go and do that. I never. I guess my problem was I never developed the feel for it.
See, I'm used to it from doing mechanics and stuff years ago. I'm used to grinder and stuff.
I don't know. I was still more comfortable just doing it by hand. I always have been.
I don't have the patience either.
See, I sit there and, like, you know, I'm watching TV, or I'm listening to the radio, or I'm just sitting outside enjoying nature, and I just sit there and I sharpen my knives. Yeah.
Sitting outside watching nature, looking like a redneck. Yep. Thing. How you doing, officer? All right, get to your topic now that we've totally blown this whole segment away. We're going to skip over the break, and I'm going to give you the next 15, 20 minutes to do your topic, because I know we're going to go 20 minutes on it, at least. Because I already know the topic, so go. I interrupted you. I'll get that sent out this week to you, by the way.
All right, brother. All right, anyway, so Colin Kaepernick, all right, well, he's been back in the news mostly because of his protesters. Now, if anybody hasn't been following this dumbass schmuck, he decided last year to protest against police brutality. Okay, so he's going to protest police brutality
and oppression,
sitting on his ass during the national anthem being played at a football game.
And don't forget oppression of black people.
Oh, yeah, and black oppression and blah, blah, blah. Well, it caused an entire, you know, this supposed movement. Well, honestly, you know what, and I will admit, it did. It caused a movement for me.
Right to the toilet.
To go to the bathroom to puke, and then also to say, fuck the NFL. I'm not watching any more of their fucking games if they're going to condone this bullshit. That was disrespectful. He is not there as, you know, they tried to defend, well, that's his, you know, that's freedom of speech. Okay, you know what, it is. I do agree. He has the right to sit down during the national anthem. And if he was sitting in the fan stands in the stadium and he decided to do that, I still think he was a dick.
But he doesn't exactly have free speech. Okay. He doesn't have free speech altogether.
Now, hold on.
His company could tell him fuck off.
Well, hold on, but just the same as the guys in my shop. We fly an American flag out front every fucking day. And I make sure that flag, if that gets tethered, if something's wrong with it, we replace it, we take it to the VFW, we make sure it's disposed of in an appropriate manner. We revere our flag of this great country. And if one of my guys, while on the clock, while he's being paid even minimum wage, decided to go out there and drop it in the dirt or piss on it or shit on it or step on it or anything else, I'm telling you right now, his ass will be fucking fired. Plain and simple. Because if he told me, well, this is my free speech, not while I'm fucking paying you, it's not. You punch out, then you can do it. And then as soon as you do it,
it's vandalism.
Charged with destruction of private property. You want to do that shit, you do it on your own time, your own dime. That's all there is to it. So this little punk ass makes the stunt. He gets a following. He gets a gathering. And then he opts out of a contract. He quits his job.
Yeah. That's what pissed me off. $14 million he gave up on, walked away from.
Huh? He quit. Okay. So he quit his job, expecting, I'm a big shot now. Everybody's going to come after me. And all the team said, you're not that good of a quarterback. You're not worth it. You're just, I mean, you could bring some positive onto the field, but the negative you bring into the stands,
it's not worth it.
Balance.
Now, if he was
it doesn't balance.
If he was a Tom Brady, you better believe someone would sign him. He'd be worth the extra hassle. Not because I know I picked a white guy, but I'm just saying if you had a quarterback that was a top-notch quarterback.
But and see, that's the thing.
Well, here's my point. If you don't mind me making it real quick, there was another quarterback that was kneeling that got ran out of the football and hasn't played football since then because he kneeled. Tim Tebow.
So why did he kneel? I'm not as into football.
If he would score, he would kneel down to pray to God.
That's right. Okay.
And he was ran out. Oh, he can't play quarterback. He won a fucking playoff game and lost his job right afterwards.
Yeah. Now, see, my problem is this guy quit. So here's what my problem was. He quit, and all these teams are saying he ain't worth it. That is the grief you're going to bring to our franchise is not worth any positive aspect because, quite frankly, you're just not that good.
No.
And you know what? That's a business decision. Businesses make that decision all the time. People quit their jobs thinking, you know what? I'm worth more than this asshole's paying me. So I'm going to quit. And another company, they're going to pick me up. And you know what? They end up on welfare. Okay? They think they're worth more than they are. So what does this guy do? Well, he uses his celebrity status, supposedly. I mean, it's only amongst a very small group, and goes public with it. And then claims racism, that the reason he's not being signed is because the NFL is racist. Now, you've got marches in the past few weeks, and you've got protests saying the NFL needs to fix this. The NFL has to. The NFL doesn't tell a team who they can hire. The franchise gets to decide who they draft and who they hire. Not the fucking NFL. The NFL just manages the league.
I want to protest. They haven't hired me yet, and I'm an out-of-shape, fat white boy. I think I ought to be made the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, and I want the NFL to step in immediately because they're racist against fat, out-of-shape white guys.
I was going to go with the Packers in your case, but, you know.
Oh, wait a minute. I am in shape. Round is a shape. Yep.
Yes, it is. So they're saying that the NFL has to get behind us. And he deserves a job. He deserves it. What does deserving have to do with anything? He didn't earn it. It's not like, okay, if the 49ers...
His play says he doesn't deserve it.
...fired him. If they fired him for it, I might think about... I mean, I may be thinking about this slightly differently, okay? If the 49ers did something, then I might think about this differently. Now, I say might because I don't know. That's not what happened, and I will not speak in absolutes. However, He quit his job. It's just the same as fucking unemployment. You quit your job, the whole reason you're unemployed is because of your own actions, not because of anything your employer did. You're not fucking entitled to benefits. You're not entitled to...
You want to hear something worse?
You deserve something. You know what? Fucking earn it.
You want to hear something worse about his contract?
I did a rant on Facebook earlier today, and that's specifically what it said was, he deserves it? Are you kidding me? He quit his job.
What's worse is last year, he made him renegotiate his contract. He still had like 2 or 3 years left on his contract. He renegotiated so that he could opt out of his he would have 1 year that he could opt out at the end of the year. So not only did he screw himself by walking away from this contract, he had a different contract that he renegotiated that shorted because he thought he can go get bigger money because he was getting fluffed into his head how great he was. He had one good season, and then he went to shit.
He's a legend in his own mind. That's really all it is.
What's messed up
he
is
quit his job.
He got this woman. She's with BLM. Next thing you know, he's part of BLM. He's now into being a Muslim and all that. And now all of a sudden he's doing all this protesting.
Yep.
But the world is racist. But the white mother and father that adopted him and raised him,
Every Catholic.
Yeah, that's they were so racist.
And that's the thing they never discuss. And that's what I find truly fucking ironic.
Oh, what about the fact that a majority of your players are black and they get...
He keeps yelling and screaming about how everybody is racist against blacks. Everybody's racist. Your fucking parents are white, you piece of shit. And you keep saying, and now everybody's saying, okay, well, the NFL is racist.
How?
70+% of all NFL players.
NFL has probably made more millionaires besides NBA. I don't get to make $14 million in a year. You know what? You know who should be making $14 million in 1 year? The fucking firefighters, the paramedics.
The cops.
The cops. Yeah, but the emergency response as a whole should be making... We should be sitting there able to negotiate contracts.
No.
When we negotiate contracts, it's for what? A dollar raise?
No. But and now here's what I find truly ironic. Emergency services, we want to negotiate a contract, and the other side won't come to the table. We still have to go to work.
Yeah, you can't strike.
The funny thing is now, depending on where you're at and depending on which service you're in, it's either due to a legal requirement that you can't actually strike and not show up, or it's the simple fact that you care about your fucking fellow man.
Oh, that's the other thing, but it's still...
do not allow you to do it. Yet, how many times has professional sports been shut down because the guy didn't get an extra $10 million that year? And, fuck it, we'll just strike it. We won't throw a ball at somebody.
And that's the thing. They're getting paid millions of dollars to play a game. To play a fucking game to get paid. And then we hear, well... It's a dangerous sport. My career could be done away with at any moment. So now what are they doing?
How's your career going? Brother, how is your
I know, my
going?
career's over with. Yeah, but hang on. And now what do we hear? We got to make more rules. We got to make more rules to protect the quarterback so he doesn't get hurt. Oh, we got to change things because we don't want concussions. Okay. You have hockey ball. It's getting too violent, so we have to make it a nicer sport. Okay, then let's start dropping the salaries down as you make it safer. Salaries come down. You'll see those players go, stop, wait a minute, we'll take the chances.
Okay. Now, here's my question for you, brother. So they make fire rescue and EMS, emergency services overall. They make it safer. So, the house is on fire. Oh man, there's kids in there, but the house is on fire. Well, they made my job safer. I don't have to go in, so we're all going to stand out there with cocks in hand. Bull fucking shit. We didn't sign on to the damn job. Correct me if I'm wrong, but not one of us got onto that rig for the paycheck. Well, I'm not going to say not one of us, but I'm going to say most of us.
There's a whole new breed out there nowadays.
I know. And
well, here's something for you. Out in California, out in the areas that are prone to fires, and I it wasn't a nasty argument, but it was a discussion that I had with my brother-in-law, and this was several years ago. They were making a law that if your house is in a fire-prone area, the firefighters didn't have to fight the fire. They can let the house burn down. I said, it's bullshit. He said, no. It puts them in danger.
Fighting the fire is dangerous.
That's what I said. That's part of the job. Well, he kind of disagreed, and I explained the job and why some of us got into it. The best was my sister-in-law at that time was dating a New York City firefighter for like 2 weeks. And she starts telling me she knows more about the job, and I'm like, right. Even her mother spoke up and was like, he's been a firefighter longer. And once I explained to him our job and why we do it and that it's our job to put our lives on the line, he was like, all right, that makes sense. I can understand. He goes, but I just don't think houses in an area that are prone. I said, what about areas that are prone to flooding? Should we not have to go in and rescue them?
No.
And he turned around and he goes, you made a good point. And he then disagreed with that law.
You and I both know. You and I both served in chief positions. You and I both were on planning committees. You and I both were part of different box plan developments for responses. If we knew that certain areas were prone to flooding, were prone to fire, were prone to this, were prone to that, what did we do? We adjusted the response plan to make it safer, but so that we could still do the job. And if that meant sending, instead of one rig, we send two. We send risk assist. We send mutual aid. We adjust the plan.
But we're not able to demand more money, and that's what pisses me off. We can't demand more money.
We still show up to work.
And I don't even work. I don't even work in that field anymore because of my injuries. But you know what? They still.
How many of
people complain that they're getting too much money at like $40,000 a year. Oh, that's too much money. The fuck it isn't.
Now, here's my question. Okay, most of us, professional emergency responders. Okay, law enforcement, no. There's really no volunteer cop.
Yeah.
But a lot of them started off in either the junior thing, the explorers, or they started off as volunteer EMTs. Most started off in a volunteer position. Okay, to help their fellow man, and then they work up to what it is they truly want. You and I have both seen it.
Yeah.
Now, here's my question. All these professional athletes, did they ever volunteer to play a football game?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe in high school they did.
College.
After high school, did they volunteer? Oh, no. If they were playing football in college, there was only two ways they were playing it. One, they were paying to be able to play it.
No.
Which means they're not volunteering.
There's no money.
Hold on. No. Hold on. But hear me out real quick. Most of them got an athletic scholarship.
That's
a misnomer.
Getting
a paycheck, but they get a free education.
That's a misnomer. There's a very small percentage that actually get scholarships. There's a very, very small percentage.
And
that's the misnomer.
And the rest of them are paying a tuition.
Well, but they're volunteering to play football. They're not getting paid. They're not getting anything in back. So technically, they are volunteering. I understand where you're trying to go with it, but
okay.
Because and that's what pissed me off about college football. I think they're using those guys. Those universities are making literally billions of dollars a year with TV contracts and these bowl games and all that, and none of these players get anything. But if they blow their knee out, it's bye-bye. You're done. And I think it's only like maybe 10% on a team, and you're only talking, 50, 60 players actually get scholarships?
You know what? Honestly, I am going to backtrack my statement. Because I've been, given the current climate, honestly, I've been completely focused on football, and I forgot about collegiate sports as a whole.
Yeah.
And I do have to admit that some of the best games I ever watched, because my sport's ice hockey.
Oh, yeah.
Watching the college ice hockey guys play. Do you want to talk about people that play for the fucking game? These guys are not worried. They're worried about getting exposure. They're worried about doing it right and doing it better than the next guy.
What's nice about with hockey, you can get drafted and you're getting paid by a pro team, and you could still be playing for your college team. You know what I mean? So that I like. They're drafting and they're allowing them to stay in college sometimes.
Okay, that I didn't know.
There's some players that stay on their college. If not, they'll go off to OHL, which, there's age limits. But yeah.
But you can see how much I fucking know about all this shit nowadays.
There's so many goddamn leagues for hockey. It's confusing to me. But from what I understand,
there was only like 2.
Oh, there's OHL, there's WHL, there's ECHW, there's AHL. You have the NAACP or something like that.
I'm sorry, excuse me? You got the what?
I forget the college.
The National Association for the Advancement of Colored People?
I messed up. Did
you really just say that? Okay. Now, complete change of topic. And I'm not going to name the commentator that said this because I actually enjoy a lot of his content. But he was talking about gun control. And he was blasting the whole thing about semi-automatic versus automatic weapons and, how many bullets come out each time you pull a trigger. And he made a complete blunder. Because you could tell he was getting worked up. And he made a complete blunder. And he's like, one pull of the bullet, the trigger comes out. It's just like, dude, did he really just say that? Rewind. Yes, he did. No, he couldn't have said that. Rewind. Yes, he did. So I sent him a thing. I was like, dude, I know you do comedic stuff, and I really hope this was part of that because most of your fan base would probably pick up on it. I haven't heard back from him yet. But
there's also the clip in magazine that always gets people.
I love the whole. I know that was a complete change of topics, but it was just the whole Freudian slip thing that made me think of it.
It happens. But one other good thing, guess what starts in a couple weeks? Training camp.
Kaepernick's still not having a job?
Exactly. No, he'll have a job soon. It'll be, do you want fries with that? Oh, was that racial?
This multi-million-dollar bitch is going to end up qualifying for unemployment and benefits and everything else because of the way the system is.
Well, what's funny, there's been several big-time black sports personnel that have come out and told them. You either could be a quarterback or you could be a political activist or civil rights activist, but you can't do both. Pick one.
The thing is, these actors and these singers and these athletes and everything else. They want to use. Everybody's defending the world. They're using their stage. They're using their medium to for their First Amendment rights. Well, okay, fine. Yeah, okay, fine. But you know what? That doesn't mean that anybody has to hire them to play for their team. It doesn't mean anybody has to hire them for a movie or for a concert or that anybody's going to fucking attend.
You have a right to say what you want, but companies have a right not to hire you for it.
Exactly. You're being paid for your entertainment value.
Well, look at Chris Hart.
For that ticket, for the entertainment of your skills.
You know who Chris Hart is, right?
Viewpoint.
Chris Hart.
Sorry?
You know who Chris Hart is, the comedian?
I have absolutely no clue. Are you fucking kidding me?
He was asked about his opinion. He's
a white guy.
No, he's a black guy.
No, he's a white guy.
No.
He has to be. That's the only way I'm considered racist. And according to everybody, I'm racist. So.
But he came out. He was asked about Trump, and he said, why am I going to come out and give you my opinion and piss off half my base? I'm an entertainer. I'm here to entertain, not give you my political opinion. If I come out and give you my political opinion, no matter which way I go with it, I could piss off half my base and lose half my base. So my job is to entertain and take you away from your worries for an hour or two, and that's what I'm here to do, not lecture you on what I think needs to be done. I was like, and I've heard several actors.
Now, here's the thing. Now, like if a guy like Chris Rock, using that statement, one, he's going to win me over even more. Number two, if he turned around and said, look, I'm not here for my political viewpoints. Okay, I'm here to entertain you. All right? That's my job. That's my passion. I'm here to entertain. Now, if you want to know my point of view, this is my point of view. No, I don't like Trump personally. And that's all there is to it. Beyond that, draw your own damn conclusions.
Yeah.
I would still have the same amount of respect for the guy because he's not trying to. He is just simply stating, I have a point of view that differs from yours. Okay, fine. How many times have you and I differed in our points of view in the last 20 years?
But that's the thing, what's going on right now. No, it seems like anybody that has a separate point of view, it's a hatred that's going out. Listen, I don't care if you have a different point of view. I don't care. Different points of view create a better idea. It's what's going on now is the push that is the only view. And the constant barrage that we get with this left movement right now is what pisses me off. I don't care that you don't like Trump. I didn't like Obama. Didn't mean I tried to bitch at you and shut you down. It just, well, there was another actor, and I can't remember who his name is, but he's from Canada. Oh, it was Shatner. I think it was Shatner. And he was asked, what does he think? And his response was, I'm a foreigner. I'm a guest in this country. I'm not going to come in here and bash your president. I've been here for God knows how many years. He goes, but I'm a guest, and it's not my place. I was like, holy shit. Listen, we got to hit a break. We're late for break. So,
do that. I've got one thing I want to throw in after break.
All right. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media with a special guest, Crash, and HP Pundit, and we will be right back. Come on. I pushed that button and it didn't work.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its host, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. Seems I lost Crash on the phone. He might have had a take off. Not sure. He might call back. Speaking of, perfect timing. You just called right back as I'm doing the opening. Don't forget, coming up, top of the hour, about 31 minutes, you'll have the Sackheads radio show hosted by, well, the famous BZ and Sackhead Clint and Sackhead Sean. Tune in right after my show, and, they might be as good as me. I don't know. I've been getting pretty good lately. I'm patting myself on the back. All right, hey, what's up?
That's not what she said.
Oh, I got to tell you this article that I was going to do.
But hold on. Before you do that, what were we talking about right before the break?
The knife I was going to send you.
No, before the break.
Kaepernick. Sorry, Crappernick.
Yeah, there was something I was going to say when we came back. I completely fucking forgot what it was. Oh, and the knife that you're talking about, I got your text message. That's not what I thought it was. I thought you meant that the loop, the thumb hole, so to speak, was actually on the blade.
No.
The thumb hole is part of the handle.
Yeah.
And it's still just using a thumb screw to open the blade.
No. On the back side, of it, there's a little nub that you push, and it just helps pop the blade out.
No, that looks perfect.
That's what I mean by spring assist. You hit the button on the side, on the back side, and it's actually attached to the knife part. And when you just push on it, it kicks the knife out. You've never seen a spring assist?
I haven't seen this one, but I haven't seen one designed as this before. But you know what? I wouldn't fucking worry about it. That is a sweet piece.
Yes, BZ. I finally got it in and hooked up. I thought you would like it. I didn't know. It's a little bit of cheap metal, so.
That is a thing of beauty, and I will not always live in the communist state of Jersey. So
I'll send it to you this week.
Just attach it.
All right.
That's beautiful.
So
thank you, brother.
Dianne Feinstein was doing a speech in San Francisco Tuesday evening and got booed by Democrats. She turned around and she said Trump could be a good president and said that he will serve at least 4 years as president.
Oh, that chicken-shitted bitch.
Yeah, but you know what? She came out and she said the truth.
Well, the thing is, she said the truth, but not because she believes it. It's because she's worried that...
No, I don't think she's worried about it. I mean, if anything, she got booed for saying that. She was at a Democrat in California. I mean, and she admitted that Trump.
But now think about it. Okay, she was at okay. So her audience locally was a Democrat, but the fact that she made that statement. First of all, the whole thing's being broadcasted nationwide. Now she makes that statement, it goes viral, which means how many conservatives are going to turn around and go, "What the fuck? Nah, that's got to be bullshit." They're all going to click on it.
This came from
I'm
very.
Sorry. I'm gonna call publicity stunt. Sorry.
I don't know. I just think sometimes she's a little too old that she forgets what she's doing, what line she's supposed to run.
Obama was president, and she was bashing a Bush decision that was just made a week ago.
No, that was Pelosi. That was Nancy Pelosi.
No, they're both old as shit.
Oh yeah, they're both old as shit. But yeah, I could not believe that Feinstein actually admitted that Trump is basically a good president and that he's not going to get impeached and he's going to serve at least 4 years. Because you also now have Michael Moore, who predicted Trump would win, has come out and said he will win re-election in 2020. That the billionaire is already, and this is quote, the billionaire is already on track to win re-election. I should say reappointed because we will have an even larger population that will vote against him in 2020, but he will win those electoral states as it stands now. Now, there's a movement that Michael Moore is a part of where they're trying to change it, that whoever wins the popular vote in that state wins the whole state electoral vote. That's the state. That's the way they want to do it. That's fine. Because it's not just going to hurt, a Republican, because there was states that Trump won that she got numbers off of also. So it goes both ways. It's not going to change the system majorly. I guess what it's trying to do is get California set at all 50. I think I don't exactly know how California does it, but if California splits its electoral up, this will make it so all 55 go to one candidate. Because we know how California is going to vote every presidential election pretty much. They're going to go liberal nowadays, and all 55 votes are going to go for a liberal then. And you know what? That's why I've sat back and kind of laughed when you had California is going to succeed. We're going to leave. I said, bye. Bye-bye. See ya. Because automatically, Democrats are going to lose 55 electoral votes. Why? Because they vote for Democrat for God knows how long now. And we know it's going to go liberal. They're going to vote Democrat. And if they're not there, what are the Democrats going to do? They're going to lose all those electoral numbers. That's why I knew it was all just running of the mouth. I don't know if he hung up. Sounds like he's still there. And yes, BZ, I love this new mic. I love the new mic. I also, while I wasn't here yesterday, BZ, I upgraded some parts in my the live stream computer. And I'm now live streaming simultaneously to Facebook and YouTube, and I haven't seen any lag at all. No, nothing. It looks like both were good broadcasts for the whole show. I'm actually very happy with the broadcast. So, I'm so excited. Oh, why is that doing that? That wasn't supposed to be doing that. Oh, good. I mean, no, it's not that hard. It's just as if the computer can handle it. That's the big thing. That's weird. I'm watching. It's scrolling on the bottom. Anybody that's also wants to call in, there is a number that scrolls on the bottom of the live stream with the call-in number. Just call in if you want. I don't mind. My next one is to fix this headset issue. Drives me up a wall. I know I got off topic real quick, but right where the connector is for the headset, it out of nowhere, all of a sudden, as I had talked about it earlier, I'll just stop hearing out of the right, and I got to bang it, twist it. Oh, that's weird. Why is that doing that? Text. Huh. Oh, that's broadcasting good, so heck with it. All right, what do we do next? Don't forget, coming up in about, 42 minutes. No, 22 minutes. 22 minutes will be the Sackheads radio show, hosted by Sackhead Clint, Sackhead Sean, and the famous, the best bartender, BZ. Thinking. Crash is still there, but I can't hear him. Maybe you just forgot to hang the phone up. He could be a little nuts like that. As I said earlier, Nancy Pelosi has denounced violent Antifa protesters, unequivocal condemnation. She actually did it before Paul Ryan would condemn Antifa. And that's funny that we have liberals that are coming out and condemning the actions of Antifa before the Republicans are. And that's what pisses me off. It pisses me off because Trump was not wrong with what he said. And this whole media blow-up was a manufactured bullshit. New York Times and someone else had to correct multiple articles and publications about what they misquoted Trump multiple times. He did not say anything racist. He pointed out the fact of what was going on that Saturday. And now we're finding out just how violent. And you know what? When the left and all these Republicans that stood up and went after Trump, you gave so much power to Antifa. You there, Crash? Oop. Hang on. Seemed we finally did lose him. It gave them a bunch of power. We gave them so much power when everybody jumped on the anti-Trump bashing party because he called out. All right, we got Crash again. You there, Crash?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I turned you down, and I usually the little clip button will, flash up when you're talking. I might have missed it. So,
yeah, now I had two of your youngest nieces pop out, damn near ready for a fist fight. Sorry, I apologize, everybody. I had to stop the bloodshed.
It happens.
Although I was thinking about taking ticket orders.
Ding ding! In this corner we have.
Although I did remember what I was going to say.
All right.
Ironically enough, because I could hear you, but you couldn't hear me. So I actually remembered what it was I was going to say when we came back from break.
All right, go ahead.
Real quick. So everybody's up in arms about Trump not denouncing something quick enough, and then denouncing it but not denouncing it correctly, and then waiting for clarification but not waiting for... Yeah, it doesn't matter. Whatever the fuck this guy does, it's going to be wrong.
Exactly.
That's been blatantly obvious since day one. All right? They blasted him all over the media for the fact that, let's say, okay, he says that, I'm going to go to Texas. And everybody jumps on the media bandwagon. It's too soon. Do you know how many resources that takes away from rescue efforts for him to be here and this, that, and the other thing? Given the fact that he automatically assigned more rescue assets immediately than the past two presidents did in the same time frame, to venture to say you're actually not losing anything, you're still gaining.
Yeah.
So shut up.
There's actually been talks that this has been the best response we've seen.
Now, so that, that never got squashed, but, they decided to jump on something else. Melania Trump walks out of the White House, okay, the presidential residence, wearing a very conservative outfit, but she has high heels on.
How dare she wear high heels?
I mean, now she boards Marine One. Okay,
the goal of her.
She boards Marine One, and she obviously doesn't know what a hurricane is. I mean, she's wearing sky-high stilettos on her way to a hurricane scene. I actually put this on Facebook today.
I saw.
How many of you Nimrods dress the same way getting on or on your way to boarding an aircraft as you do when you reach your final destination after disembarking the aircraft? Honestly, all of you are a special kind of stupid.
Well, that's the thing, and that was mentioned. But the funny thing is, there was so little to complain about. There was nothing really to complain about the response to Hurricane Harvey, that the media, the only thing they could bitch about was she wore high heels to the plane. And how did she get off the plane? Crash, you there? Crap. Crash. That's weird. Crash, if you can hear me, I can't hear you. Call back. Now, how she got off the plane? She was wearing sneakers. She changed her shoes on the plane. And that's what Crash was making a point of. You're able to change clothing on a plane, especially a plane like Air Force One. There was so little wrong that's what they had to bitch about. And no matter what Trump does, no matter what he does, they will find something to poke at. This is how disgusting liberal media has gotten. How the drive-by media just has to pick on something. They can't pick on the response. Now, there's been some issues with the response because they're having trouble getting some of the rescuers there. But all the stuff is there. And it's... What did I hear? You got the Cajun Rescue or something like that. The Cajun Navy. They're there and they've been shot at. And this is one of the best things that I've seen. And why do I say the best things? Not because I like seeing hurricanes, but because you see whites, blacks, everybody helping each other. You see the best of America, the best this country is, of people working together. You don't see just one group helping one group. You see everybody helping each other. As much as the media tries to tear us down, sometimes when the worst happens is when you see the best. And I've seen it time and time again in my career. When the worst happens, the best comes out in the people. And it's sad. I'm going to point out one thing. The Houston mayor, who's been kind of absent, who chastised people that were leaving early because he did not say they needed to evacuate. How dare they evacuate Houston when he did not give the order? And he put out tweets chastising, telling people not to listen unless it's from an official site. Don't leave Houston. And then they get hit big time. And what is he worried about? He sends out another tweet. If you are an undocumented immigrant, I will personally protect you. They have people nursing home, elderly, in wheelchairs, stuck in water, and he's worried about protecting illegal immigrants. That's a Democrat mayor for you. That is disgusting. Repulsive. I'm going to take a break. I know I'm a little late for it. I haven't taken all my breaks tonight, so you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. Well, show's almost done. I got a short little segment here. And then, top of the hour, approximately 8 minutes from now, we will have the Sackheads radio show. Coming from behind enemy lines in California, Sackhead Sean, Sackhead Clint, and BZ will be giving us the week's worth of news in a way you've never heard it before. So tune in right after Reaver of Common Sense. It's 11 o'clock on the right coast, on the Republican coast, and 8 o'clock on the Democrat left coast. So tune in. See what it's like to live behind enemy lines of California. Right on the Sackheads radio show. All right. Let's see. What do we got? Yeah, I was shocked that Pelosi came out so before any Republican really did. That's got to be an embarrassment. That has to be an embarrassment for the Republican, but they're used to being an embarrassment. So conservatives rally against Republicans blocking Trump's legislative agenda. First up, Representative Charlie Dent. And it's a group. It's American for Limited Government. And Phyllis Schifley Eagles are sponsoring the first in a series of rallies designed to call out Republicans in Congress who are obstructing President Donald Trump's legislative agenda. First up is Pennsylvania Representative Charles Dent. The Lehigh Valley No Surrender rally will take place from noon to 1:30 Friday at Jordan Park in Allentown, Pennsylvania, Dent's hometown. For all intent and purpose, and Dent is a member of the Democrat caucus. Rick Manning, president of the ALG, stated, adding that Dent is more comfortable working with liberals like Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi than the conservatives in Congress and the president. Charlie Dent's career has been nothing more than a laundry list of abject surrender to liberal Democrats. Americans are fed up and ready to reclaim the mantle of last November's election. It's no secret Rhino, Charlie Dent, has been a never-Trumper from the very beginning. During the October surprise against our president, which sought to kneecap his 2016 election bid, Dent was on board the liberal bandwagon, calling for Trump to withdraw his name as the GOP nominee. The chairman of the RNC must look out for the good of the party as a whole, so he should be working to get Trump to step down, Dent said. Politico reported in June that Dent sent a letter to House Speaker Paul Ryan opposing Trump's plan to cut $200 billion of unnecessary spending from the federal budget. The letter also encouraged GOP leaders to work with Democrats to reach a budget agreement setting higher spending levels for fiscal 2018, something the letter suggests could be paired with a vote to raise the debt ceiling, Politico reported. Dent also was one of only two Republicans who voted against defunding Planned Parenthood, the nation's largest abortion provider. Dent also opposed Trump's effort to temporarily stop people from 6 countries identified as having active terrorists from coming into the United States. You can't do that to people, Dent said at the time. Manning said Dent heads up the Tuesday group, which describes as a group of moderate or center-right House members. But Manning said the group is liberal and has fought conservatives in Congress over legislation favored by Trump, including the effort to repeal and replace Obamacare. And in what is shaping up to be a bloody September on Capitol Hill as Congress deals with a massive legislative calendar, including funding relief for the victims of Tropical Storm Harvey in Texas, conservatives want to hold lawmakers accountable. On Friday, we will call out Liberal Tuesday group leader Charlie Dent and the entire Pennsylvania Surrender Caucus and tell them to get back in line with the Trump agenda or get out of the way. Starting September 1st, we will expose Charlie Dent and his Liberal Tuesday group, Republicans for surrendering the Trump agenda to Nancy Pelosi and the far left. We urge all Trump supporters to join us in Allentown and send a message to Congress to get to work and pass Trump's agenda. Oh, I gotta see it. Hey, hun, why don't we take a trip up to your parents? And while we're there, I can go to this rally. Oh, what are you guys doing here? I'm here to go to a pro-Trump rally. Yeah, I'd be back in the doghouse with the in-laws again real quick. Oh, that wouldn't work out too good. I don't know. Let's see what else we can get in right before the end of the show. That was one article. And I love that they're calling out these supposed Republicans. And pressure needs to be put on those Republicans. You don't see Democrats fighting like that. I swear you have Republicans that are out there purposely doing this. This one I want to put out here because it hit home very close. University of Tampa stepped up very quickly and did the right thing. This past weekend, one of their assistant professors put out a tweet. What was it? I'm trying to get. I don't believe in instant karma, but this kind of feels like it for Texas. Hopefully this will help them realize the GOP doesn't care about them. And this was in talks about Hurricane Harvey hitting Texas. He goes out and tweets, I don't believe in instant karma, but this kind of feels like it for Texas. So because they voted for Trump, they deserve a hurricane hitting them. Well, he has now lost his job. University of Tampa did not put up with it. Kicked his ass to the curb quickly. And I applaud University of Tampa for doing it. You know, you can get your points out there without acting like an idiot. So, all right, coming up next is the Sackheads radio show. That's right, with BZ, Sackhead Sean, Sackhead Clint. I'll be back tomorrow, my regular time, 9 p.m. till 11 p.m. And it's... What the heck? There we go. All right. Have a good night. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.